Shalom Akim, Yaba Shimel Shai Barakatan, Barak Shimel Kwakwadash. This is Bram Nashar DC Camp. It's a brief video just to let you know, man. The elect of the Lord Yaba Shimel Shai shall be transformed to holy beings. We're going to have angelic bodies, just like the Lord Yahweh Shimel Shai prophesied, about what he promised to his elect. So when you see the video from, the so-called Israelite musicians, artists, all these different music videos, they always like to talk about their lifestyles and everything. Then you have this one from Kodak Black, Gucci Mane, and the same old cat, man. It was the Ephraimite guy, you know, talking about wake up in the sky. So it's all a reference to the Holy Scriptures because they know the Israelites, so they have the producers of these music videos just drop hints here and there, but a lot of people don't really catch it. So I'm just gonna go straight to the precepts. It's all about the precepts anyway. These music videos don't change it anything. Alright, so we're gonna start from the basics. So just go to the book of Job. Job chapter 14 and chapter 14 verse 14. It says, if a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. So now we're just waiting upon the Lord in spirit and in truth, doing the work of Yahweh Shimei Shai, striving. You're gonna stumble, you're gonna struggle, but that's not an excuse to give up or to have low self-esteem. You gotta value yourself as a Israelite, hoping and praying that the Lord has mercy upon you, so that way you can be delivered from these calamities that's coming upon the face of the earth. Alright, so we are earthly bodies full of infirmities, sicknesses and all kinds of ailments, brothers just going through the motions of being subjected to all kinds of madness upon the face of this earth. The food we eat is not good, neither is the environment we live in. Alright, so as you can see, from the clipping of the video, see the Jake dressed in a long white robe, the puffy was in mint or whatever, mink coat or some fluffy material, but hey, and then had this afro. But that's just let you know, man, that's exactly what the Lord has in store for Jake, man. You're gonna inherit righteousness. That's what the white garment represents, the white linen. If you read in the book of Revelation, the Most High is gonna deliver us, man. And then that way you're gonna see the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shimei Shai, which is the kingdom. Alright? So it's gonna be so marvelous when, Jake makes it to the kingdom, and the kingdom's gonna be on the face of the earth, alright? That's New Jerusalem that we saw, that we're gonna see descend from the kingdom, from heaven, come down the chariots, and then you gotta put the earth back in order. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and all the way to the last couple of verses. It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So who are those that are going to be changed from corruption into incorruption? That's the elect. Alright? So it's going to happen, man, when all hell's breaking loose, when the missiles are on their way, then the chariot of Yahweh Shimei Shai will beam us up. Lord willing, I'm of that number, so as Akim GMS. The men that put their trust in the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, the the most important thing, which we need to have is faith, you know. Then verse 53 says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So the angelic beings are immortals, so we're going to inherit immortality. We're not going to live like bums upon the face of the earth anymore, man. We will not be the object of ridicule, object of harassment and all kinds of attacks, So the Lord has something in store for his servants, the prophets, you know, and we're gonna be glad that we did the work. We showed up, you know. Then verse 54 says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that it is written, death is swallowed up in victory. So, hey, the earth is full with dead works, you know. This is the rulership of the dead, and we have no inheritance with the dead. So we strive to be in life, we strive for immortality. That's one thing Yahweh Shai always talked about, you should strive for spiritual gifts, not for the earthly things that perish, that could be seized at any moment, that could be lost or destroyed, that we should look forward to the heavenly supplements, the supply of the Spirit that we need. The verse 55 says, O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? So we're not going to go through this, mortal motions anymore, man, of being buried in the dust and the graves and all that stuff, being subject to decay and rottenness and being turned into dust. That's no longer going to apply to the elect, to the nation of Israel as a whole, once they get delivered during World War III. All right. Then verse 56 says, for the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. So the law already explains exactly what needs to be done, in the daily life of an Israelite, and when he can't fulfill those orders, they become sin, all right, because he becomes guilty of sin, all right. Then verse 57 says, but thanks be to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kakadash, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. So that's how we always gonna, have a mindset, focus on the Lord Yahweh Shai, because he's the one that's gonna fight on our behalf to get us out of captivity, out of the hands of Esau, the so-called white man, all right, that the Bible speaks of. Then 58 says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So, hey, we're going to get rewarded, man, with all the bells and whistles on the gravy and the substance that the Lord has promised to us, But the most important thing is that righteousness, man, that immortality that we really need, not being subject to vanity anymore. All right, we're going to live holy lives, and that's what I'm looking forward to, in the kingdom. All right, so we're going to get to the book of First Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. Yeah, you just gotta get a few precepts. That's about it. No, I don't have to make this a very long video. So this is gonna be First Thessalonians chapter 4. You start from verse 15, and it says, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. So the men of the Lord that passed away, are gonna get raised up in the last days, man. They'll be the ones to get raised up first. And that's where the Lord has set it up. All right. And then verse 16 says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout." No, that's the seventh trump, you know. And it says, with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Yahushua Mashiach shall rise first. So that's exactly what the Lord promised his disciples. That's going to raise us up in the last days, you know. All right. And then 17 says, "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air." So that's the resurrection that we're looking for, man. To be beamed up out of this calamity. You know, there's so many music videos that have references to this. You know, when I get a chance, I'll pull another one some other time. Just let you know that the Lord has different ways of letting His elect know that He never forgot them. All right, and so shall we be. Shall we ever be with the Lord? Verse 18, "Wherefore comfort one another with these words." So that's the point I came, you know, the Lord Yabashim Shai, Baraktam, you know, the honors and salutations to those an apostle of great Mr. Well, because World War III is going to be messy, martial law is going to be messy. We still have to deal with the implementation of the mark of the beast, you know, being forced upon the people, you know, but the elect will not take it. You know, they're not going to go along with the oppression that's coming, you know, and the Lord will strengthen their resolve to overcome. That's why the Lord Yahushai is going to give us victory over death. You know, we will not be subject to sin anymore. We won't have to live life with regrets and oppression, you know. So it's going to be beautiful in the kingdom of heaven. There will be no arguments among Akim, you know, no schisms, you know. We're all going to operate in righteousness. You know, we're going to be that kingdom of kings and priests. Our children will be in order, you know. So that's exactly what the Lord has promised us, and I look forward to that. So, Kahala Yahal Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Kakadash, the word to the elders and apostles of great wisdom who wrote well, and I came to the work of Yabashim Shai, stay steadfast in the word of Yabashim Shai, and we shall be changed into heavenly beings. Shalom.